Hey there, folks. As far as you're concerned, my name is Freak with a Pen, and I fucked up. I accidentally uploaded only the first 30 minutes of this stream that I had accidentally cut into two parts. And yeah, I hadn't realized it until after it was already uploaded. So I'm just gonna go ahead and upload the whole thing this time. Yeah, sorry about that. Hey there, folks. As far as you're concerned, my name is Freak with a Pen, and this is the Whatever Wednesday stream. And some of you may notice that I'm a bit late, or that I'm playing a different game than I said I was going to in my announcement video. Look, the ISO I downloaded of Dirge of Cerberus must have been corrupted, or it was just a bad copy, or I don't know, because the game was just skipping more than I don't know. That one particular copy of that one White Snake album that's in your parents' dresser drawer. You know the one. Deep down, you know which CD I'm talking about. Yeah, the one they listen to while they're doing that. Anyway, hang on. Okay, there we go. That was weird. Anyway, so we're gonna play. We're gonna be playing. We're gonna be continuing Tangle Tower because I want to. I'm gonna turn up the volume a bit. Try it at 30. Let's talk to our assistant, who I've forgotten the name of. Oh, so okay. So it's just automatically into that. Alright. Fine. Let's go talk to... Did we ever talk to Penelope or Penny about... That's Penelope, right? Yeah. Penny Pointer. About the stuff we found in her room.
Yes, it's my, my flower.
You don't like it?
I'm no good at caring for plants. I forget to water
Okay,
them.
so those
Birds
first...
are much easier. They're a lot more vocal when they get thirsty.
Do you at least like the look of the flower?
The look?
The colors?
I
The
forgot
shape
for a
of it?
moment that I was still checking the fucking audio.
Between you and me, I think it's a little vulgar.
I'm an idiot. Oh boy. Okay. Got the right headphones on this time. Okay, here we go. Oh my god.
There used to be all kinds of birds here at Tangle Tower. The most fascinating breeds, all totally unique.
Used to be? There are birds all over the place.
Most of them are rather ordinary, I'm afraid.
What happened to the non-ordinary ones?
That is a very good question.
Very good question. Alright.
That's rather strange now, isn't it?
We found it in your room.
Just lying around, was it?
Nope. You'd hidden it, but
But
we
we
found
found
it.
it.
We do that.
We are
What's
detectives
the
after
her
all.
in the message? And what's the deal with the pedals?
It's really none of your business.
We're investigating a murder. It kind of is. It's super fucking suspicious. What? Fine.
That's
Be that. Oh, that
We
was the
found it.
wrong.
just lying around, was it?
Do we also have to ask her about the other people in the house?
Isn't he strapping?
He is big.
And so brooding.
Kinda sulky, yeah.
I can never tell what's going on in that beautiful head of his.
It just sounds like you don't know him very well.
I don't remember asking for your input.
Ouch. That just sounds like you don't know him very well.
Oh, did you talk to Poppy already?
Yeah, a little bit.
And did you make any notes of what she told you?
Yeah, I did.
Lovely. Burn them. It'll all be lies.
Why would Poppy lie to us?
Because that's what she does. She's a snake. Looks like one, too.
Don't you think you're being a little unfair, Penny?
She started it.
Oh wait, no, wait, pictures. Where's the, where are they? Okay, Freya's stuff. Hey, here we go.
Very nice.
You've seen these before?
Yes.
All of them. Even this one of...
Yes.
No? Shit.
She mostly ignores me, if I'm honest.
How come?
Well, we're not quite on the same intellectual level.
Oh. you don't need to.
Oh, no. It's quite all right. I'm comfortable with it.
Okay then.
I must say, I really don't care for the den of self-delusion that he's retreated into. People are better off when they just let themselves be themselves. Between you and me, I think Felix is secretly rather miserable. She'd sit in the aviary, first thing in the morning, and paint the birds. Sometimes she'd ask me their names.
Freya was interested in studying bird species too?
No, just wanted to know their names. Isabelle, Clementine, Myrtle, Lysandre, Genevieve.
Got it, thanks.
Genevieve.
For my 21st birthday, she gave me a framed painting. All the birds from a single spring, with their names written underneath. I can't begin to tell you how much I've treasured it.
Sounds like you two were close.
I feel like I always struggled to articulate my admiration for her, but she had a way of understanding unspoken things.
Well, the mood certainly changed.
Oh, she's beautiful! Who is she? Wait, is that me?
Very subtle.
Can't say I've ever taken an interest in Uncle's astronomy. On occasion I've dared to visit him in his tower, but I always regret it. It's all just a little too abstract for me.
What do you mean?
Oh, did you know the sun is apparently over 400,000 miles wide? Okay, so what should I do with that information? How does it help me?
Don't look at me. You're the one who memorized it.
I mean, not wrong.
She's a most unsavory little... She was incredibly rude about my appearance.
Which part? The giant bird arms, or...
If I were her, I'd go easy on the judgment of others. I mean, look at her. She looks like the ghost of a scarecrow. I just wish Uncle Pointer would tell her to behave herself.
Professor Pointer? Why him?
Oh, it was Uncle that called her in. She's his responsibility. Did you not know that?
No, but I think we needed that for Hawkshaw's.
A fellow bird enthusiast. She's quite the expert, truth be told. Studied them professionally at one point. I think her father taught her.
Are you friends with Flora?
A little bit.
A little bit friends.
She's one for the peace and quiet. I dare say I'm a little too loud for her.
I can see that.
I do admire her, though, really. Always felt like she could have done better than settle for Felix.
Ouch.
I said it.
What else? What else could we bring up to her that would mean... Ah!
Oh, did Fitz show you that?
Not exactly.
We found it hidden under his bed.
Ah, right.
Well, fuck. I don't want to go through the whole fucking thing. It's gonna take goddamn forever.
Freya doesn't take very good care of her pains,
Oh.
and she was always rather bohemian. Had her own priorities.
There's something about those petals we found in Penny's room.
Okay, so I've been wasting my time. Good.
Something
Good to know. Good to know.
Suspicious.
It's not like I'm already a half hour late starting this goddamn stream because of the fucking... Anyway.
Let's ask her about it.
What do you mean, let's go now? We're already here. Hi, Penny. Suspicione.
So, yeah, we found this.
Oh, that's nothing.
You wrote, "Now I'll get her," on a piece of paper and hid it in your room. That's not nothing.
That's very suspicious.
Actually, it's not the message
Suspicious.
I wanted to ask about. It's those red flower petals.
The petals.
They're from red roses. And there's only one place in Tangle Tower with red roses.
We need a clue. Something that shows the roses. And who they belong to.
Ew. Ooh. Ah. I... Fa. Crap. Crap. No. The plant?
That almost makes sense. But it's not right.
No, they wouldn't let me do this if I didn't have everything, right? Case file, damage, open letter, painted portrait, empty egg. Fuck. Oh, wait. Ba-bam!
It's a drawing of Fitz and Poppy in the rooftop garden. See what Fitz is holding?
I can't imagine what you're getting at. But it doesn't matter. I couldn't have taken anything from the rooftop garden. It's only accessible from Fitz's room or Poppy's room. How could I have taken something from a garden to which I have no access?
Is it really only accessible from those 2 bedrooms?
For most people, it would be. But don't forget, Penny's the resident ornithologist.
My dears, what are you accusing me of?
Let's see here. One of Penny's birds was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz and distract them and steal evidence from them because they were planning murder and steal money from them, but it didn't work, and distract them. I have to imagine, but it didn't work.
One of Penny's birds was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz, but it didn't work.
It didn't hear
Almost.
the
Maybe just change.
and distract them.
One of Penny's birds. Almost. Maybe just. One of Penny's birds was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz and steal evidence from them.
What?
We know those 2 have been spending time together in the rooftop garden. I'm guessing you got
'cause the petals.
paranoid. Wanted to know what they were up to.
I'm just not the jealous type. I would never suspect Fitz of anything like that. Besides, Tabitha hardly ever leaves her cage. She's certainly never flown up to the rooftop garden.
We need a clue to compare with Penny's birds. Something to prove one of them has been in the rooftop garden.
And that would be the 4 feathers.
Let's take a closer look at these.
I mean, I wonder which one could possibly be the correct one. I mean, it's not like it's the only goddamn bright fucking yellow feather in this fucking... was deliberately dropped. Was eaten by, was used to kill, was left behind by Penny's yellow bird to confuse me when it visited the rooftop garden.
This
Ba-bam!
yellow feather was left behind by Penny's yellow bird when it visited the rooftop garden.
I can't stand it! Knowing the 2 of them are hidden away up there in their private little garden. I couldn't risk spying on them myself, so I asked dear Tabitha to do it for me.
Well, damn.
I knew she'd be able to bring me back some evidence.
Sorry, Penny, but are you not overreacting a little?
You don't understand. Fitz is slipping away from me. He's so quiet with me these days, but being with Poppy seems to bring him out of his shell. I don't know what he sees in her miserable little... I apologize. This really isn't your burden to bear.
Well, I kind of feel like a dick now. We just sort of forced poor Penny to have a breakdown in front of us. We're just gonna go. Hey you, birdhouse head. Okay. I mean, I think I just gotta show him the...
So, we found some research. What's up with this golden beetle? Is this something you're studying?
I can't help you, I'm afraid. I think it must be something left behind by a previous inhabitant of Tangle Tower. I'm not the first scientist to ever walk these halls, you know.
Well, it wasn't in the halls. It was in your astronomy tower.
So, we found some research.
That's not what I was
What's
trying
up
to
with
do.
this golden beetle? Is this...
Anything else? Don't think so.
Every astronomy tower needs
I want to try.
Ah, yes, we gotta look through here to see that,
It's the tower opposite this one. You can see right into Flora's room.
Not by accident.
I can see Flora, but she's not looking this way. She's looking up.
Is she? She sort of just looks to be
Behind
looking
her
forward.
is the backside of the easel holding Freya's unfinished painting. I can't really see anything behind it. Not from this angle. The rooftop garden is right... Hold on. I think we might have missed something.
Oh, right.
I think it is.
Is there another room above Flora's room?
Yeah.
We should check that next time we're over there. Isn't this supposed to be an astronomy telescope? I'm pretty sure you need to see the sky for astronomy to work.
I can't move it. I think this is just how it's set up.
There's something about Pointer's astronomy habits. Something suspicious.
Yeah.
Let's ask him about it.
Again, it's not really let's go now. Whatever. Alright, mailbox head.
So, Professor, what interests you about astronomy exactly?
It's not a matter of being interested. Once you expand your mind to the wider universe, it cannot be unexpanded.
And how long have you been an astronomer?
I really don't like to give exact values unless I'm sure I can quantify them.
Convenient.
I'm sure.
Why do you ask me these things?
I have a theory about you, Professor.
Oh? Go on.
You're not really interested in astronomy at all.
You're not really interested in astronomy at all.
What could you possibly mean by that?
I think you're interested in a slightly different field of research.
Maybe bugs?
I don't have time for tiny, insignificant insects. My studies focus only on the inconceivably large and the unimaginably far away.
Right. That's why you like using your telescope so much.
Yes, naturally. My little portal into another world.
Yeah, about that.
Pointer's telescope. Was sneaking up on, was trying to hide, was on top of, was actually looking at the crime scene. And not up at the sky.
Pointer's telescope was actually looking at the crime scene and not up at the sky.
First, you accuse me of being a lowly entomologist. Now you're accusing me of, what, spying?
Are you spying?
Why would I need to spy on Flora?
Why? Because you lost your golden beetle specimen, and it's made you paranoid. You think somebody stole it from you.
Might not have been Flora you were spying on. Might have been Freya.
It's a very precious specimen. Incredibly rare. Valuable in ways you could never understand. Freya was always sneaking around, both towers and in the gardens too. She was definitely up to something.
So, this next question is important. You were looking to Flora's room around the time of the murder. Did you witness the crime, Professor?
No, I didn't. When I looked into the room, Flora was already lying on the floor.
Flora? You mean Freya?
No, Flora. She was lying by the window. I couldn't see Freya at all. It was fairly dark. The telescope isn't at a very good angle. That's why I decided to head over there myself. I needed to know what was going on.
This changes your statement, doesn't it?
No, everything I told you in my statement was true.
Apart from the reason you left your tower in the first place.
Right.
Okay, dokie. Alright then. Now moving on to... Let's go talk to Poppy. Hey there, Pops. No, we actually already have yours, don't we? We do. Okay, never mind. Have fun with your piano. That's piano. I said piano. Oh yeah, Fitz just being in the background like a creeper. Okay, let's show him some of these.
Fitz, one of these drawings is of you, in the rooftop garden, I think, with Poppy.
Mm-hmm. Are we done?
Alright. Fine then.
This is yours, Fitz?
Yeah.
Do you use it?
I keep all my tools in the greenhouse.
That wasn't what she asked.
You're being obsequious, big man.
This is a good example of how things work. I mix that soil here in the greenhouse. It's made with water from the lake.
And it makes the fruit grow all shiny and gem-stony.
Sometimes. You never really know what's going to happen.
And what do you do with this shiny and edible fruit?
You look at it. This is a good example of how things work.
dang
I
it.
mix that soil here in the...
I think that's enough. No? Okay. What else? What else? Oh!
A flower.
Yeah, it's a flower. We found it in Penny's room.
Okay.
Mean anything to you?
Why would it?
Come on.
I don't really go into Penny's room or anywhere in Pointer Tower. I just don't have a reason to.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. That's the tip. No? Really? Fuck. You know what the worst part is? I keep hearing my fucking disappointment behind me like a few seconds later.
We found these up in the rooftop garden. Do you know how long they've been there?
No, could have been a long time. We don't ever really clear up the rooftop garden.
Why not?
Nature is unruly. In truth, it prefers to be left alone.
We gotta ask him about Penny and Poppy.
Penelope is my fiancée.
Don't take this the wrong way, but Penny doesn't really strike me as your type.
She's not who she pretends to be. People think she's... well, they make assumptions.
And how's the relationship doing recently?
Good. It's good.
Is it?
Poppy and I are friends.
Oh, I can buy that. Dark clothes, blue hair, an average of 3 words per sentence. Oh, you're like 2 peas in a pod.
She's very kind, and she has an interest in plants. Unusual flowers, mostly. I've been teaching her.
Right.
Is something wrong?
Did I ever get that card from... I could swear I looked at the... I know that there's a card here. I could swear I looked at it.
It's a little handmade card. Someone's drawn a heart on the front. Inside it says, "To Fitz, from PP."
Is that not considered a piece of... Alright.
That poor plant.
Looks pretty healthy to me.
Healthy, but sad. I think it would rather be outside. The door's unlocked. Finally.
It's a rose bush. Grown apart from a
The
couple...
roses are bright.
aren't roses...
Exactly.
Oh, good. A bridge. I'm glad to know there's a way to get across that tiny, tiny pond.
Not all bridges are about getting across stuff.
I can't think of what the hell else I would need to show to Fitz.
Wait, those are mine. The earmuffs. They went missing about a week ago.
What do you need earmuffs for?
I use them for gardening sometimes.
Why? You don't own a chainsaw, do you?
No. I wear them while I'm gardening, and it stops people from trying to talk to me.
That's genius.
That can't be the last thing.
Wait, those are mine. The earmuffs.
Fuck me. What the fuck? What am I missing from Big Man here? Tangle Tower, case file, damaged tape, harp statue, opened letter, painted portrait, empty egg, gramophone, bird book, ripped photo, photo of painting, painted models, painted model, phrase paint cracks, small lens, horn statue, sheet music, ripped photo, birds in a cage, golden beetle.
I've seen beetles with brightly colored shells, metallic shells even. They're relatively common, especially around here. There's a difference between that and actual gold.
It can't be actual gold. Gold is just inside the earth or whatever. You can't make it. That's called alchemy. It was a whole thing.
It's glass, but
Total oxymoron.
I am not.
Okay, you know what? Screw it. We're gonna come back to Fitz. I don't know what the fuck.
We already solved it.
Oh, okay. You know what? Let's check out that new room. Check that out. Maybe there's something in there we can use. Alright. What's in the box?
I bet it's bones. A skull, at least.
You know, maybe I won't open it. Just dusty junk. What is that?
Not sure. Some kind of reel?
Looks like it might attach to something.
Real thingy.
It's a statue of a wolf. Standing up straight, like a man.
You know, there's a name for that.
I know.
It's not quite as dusty as everything else up here. Also, it's not a statue. It's stuffed.
Good.
It's a jar. The head screws off.
Huh.
Where's that light coming from?
Well, it's just daylight, I think. There's a decent gap between those floorboards. Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is?
Where's that light coming from?
It's just daylight. There's a decent gap between those. Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is?
At least the moths are kept well fed.
Check on Flora.
You haven't seen this yet, have you?
It's a little model of you. Who were the other people next to you?
Did you ask Freya to paint this? Or was it her idea?
What is that you're holding in the painting, Flora? Some people have been saying it's a knife.
Okay.
Flora, this is your egg? Why do you keep it locked?
Is there
Why
supposed
do you
to be
keep your egg
something in
locked?
there,
Flo-
or is it always empty?
Sorry, just something about that statement just made me laugh.
Do you recognize any of these feathers?
Do you know anything about these birds? Or birds in general?
Is this your gramophone?
Do you know why it's cracked?
I think we actually have to talk to other people to get her thing to unlock. One sec. So I fucked up. I just wanted to blow my nose, and not, deafen y'all. And I accidentally hit the stop stream key, the stop stream button. But whatever, we're back. It's fine. Let me just check. I'll round that off to half an hour, and we'll just do another hour and a half of this. So annoyed with myself. Wake up, Felix! Okay. Okay.
Freya was quite the talent. She had a way of capturing the spirits of her subjects. Not in an evil way, in a good way. That's one of Freya's paintings, is it not? It's impressive, but a little miserable for my tastes. What's this?
It's my case file. It's how I know what I'm supposed to be doing.
You mean to say you're bound by the limits of what's written in this little document? Sounds dreadful.
I found it comforting.
Flora's quite fond of that old thing. It's in poor shape, though.
Do you know what happened to it?
Can't say I do. But that looks like it might belong to Poppy.
Still no shit. The person really love to talk to is Fifi. Did I talk to Hawkshaw yet? I think I did.
Who is that in the photo?
I'm quite sure
I mean, we
that
already
I have
know.
no idea. It is a model of Freya, made by my father.
A model of Flora, you mean?
And a man with a beard. And a little red and white creature.
Why would my father make a model of Freya? A wooden carving of my father, made by my father. Although, now that I look at it, I do not understand how he was able to paint the red parts without any red paint.
That might be it.
Fifi, did you test the red paint in this pot?
Yes, I did. I discovered it too was blood, not paint.
A whole pot full of blood?
Not a whole pot. It is only partially full.
Yeah, but still. Doesn't that freak you out?
No. In fact, it may be considered rather reassuring.
Why? Okay, that might be what we need to... No? Shit! What the fuck? Okay, alright, okay, what the... do I have to fucking...
The gramophone belongs to Poppy, but I believe she gave it to my mother, and my mother often loaned it to Freya. Or maybe it is the other way around.
When did it get cracked?
I cannot pinpoint it exactly. All I know is that it must have happened sometime in the last 2 days.
Okay, that was weird. For some reason, the stream stopped on my phone, but apparently it's still been going. I just... Alright. I'm gonna trust you on that, Twitch. Don't fuck with me, man. Oh, fuck. Maybe...
This belongs to Professor Pointer, does it not?
No, I don't think so.
Well, who else would own such a pointless little telescope?
It's a telescope.
Oh, yes. It has a telescopic lens. It can only be used for looking at things that are far away. It is a flower. It reminds me of something, but I cannot say what. There is a drawing of me, a drawing of Detective Hawkshaw, and a drawing of Poppy and Fitz. The fruit here has a unique chemical makeup. It makes them completely pointless, unless you wish to cut it down and sell it as a precious stone.
It's not edible.
Depends
On what?
on the structural integrity of your teeth.
Just how hard your teeth are.
Do you know who was reading this book?
It belongs to my mother.
And she left it in the library?
No, my mother has not been in the library for some time. Freya is normally highly skilled at capturing someone's likeness, but in this painting, she has accidentally made Flora look quite young.
I think she was just being kind.
Why is that kind? Anyway, I'm far more interested in what Flora is holding. I performed the test on the red paint myself. I discovered that it was in fact not paint, but blood.
What made you want to test it in the first place?
It was Poppy. She told me she thought the painting looked like a bloody knife. I told her not to be ridiculous. My mother owns no such knife. But then I noticed that the color was slightly too dark, and the substance itself was overly viscous.
You noticed that just from looking at it once?
Of course.
Is she laughing?
That belongs to my mother. I think she must be fond of eggs. There are a number of egg-shaped carvings to be found in the garden and in the Grand Hall.
Yeah, what's the deal with all the eggs?
Some people just like eggs.
Well, hopefully that's the case.
What's wrong?
Earmuffs do not go on statues. Why did Poppy leave shards of glass all over this statue?
What makes you think it was Poppy?
The statue lives in the music room. Who else would it be?
Okay.
I believe Freya was attempting to communicate something through this painting.
Any idea what it was?
I am not the person to ask. All I see is a blood-red mountain with angry storm clouds brewing above it. As such, I cannot ascertain any meaning from it whatsoever.
There's something
There
about
we
the image
go.
of Flora in the painting. Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
Yes, let's. Miss Flora. Suspicione.
This painting, specifically that knife in Flora's hand.
Yeah, it's creepy. But we didn't find a knife anywhere in the room. So what's going on?
Knife is still in the room. It's not a knife.
It's not a knife. We need a clue to compare with the painting. Something to explain what that knife shape actually is.
That would be the bird book. The feather of the ink-dip bird.
Let's take a closer look at this.
Oh, the little chick with the ink dip on his head. Oh, it's so cute. Painted knife was created is actually just a feather from a swamp monster. A little reference to the previous game. From an ink dip bird.
The painted knife is actually just a feather from an ink-dip bird.
It's definitely the right shape, but the book's not in color. The thing Flora's holding in the painting is red and white, specifically. Is there anything to suggest that the ink-dip bird is red and white too?
Yes. The little chicken.
This little thing? I don't understand why Felix would make a model of this bird as part of a gift for Flora. And come to think of it, why would Flora be holding a feather in the painting anyway?
I could swear the first couple times I've done this, Felix was like the first one I was able to get the suspicion of, but I can't fucking remember how to do it. Ugh. Felix is Penny's pets was part of Fifi's experiment. Was Flora's pet, so she kept attacked Flora and said, okay, maybe not Felix. The ink dip bird. Was Flora's pet, so she kept a single feather. Evidence of a crime as a bargaining chip to remember it by. Boom!
Ink dip bird was Flora's pet, so she kept a single feather to remember it by.
She kept the bird as a pet. And it died?
Maybe it flew away.
Flora spends all her time staring out the window.
Either way, she kept the feather. I think it was pretty important to her.
Alright, so she was holding the feather while Freya was painting her. But where is it now? You'd think she'd keep it somewhere close by.
Yeah, I think she does. Normally. This is where Flora usually keeps her feather.
Eggy.
But we opened it. It's empty.
Mm-hmm. Completely empty. Flora? She's pointing at something in the corner of the room.
It's just a pile of books. They're not... Wait, there's something tucked inside this one.
Oh. Little birdie. Little birdie. Little bird friend. Aww. Oh, she looks so happy. Drawings of Flora and a small bird. There's a handwritten message on the back. These are for you. Love, Freya. X. Also, I think I might have been wrong. I think I actually needed this to do Felix's suspicion thing.
Supposedly, Freya was working on the painting when she was killed. Looks like she was still holding her paintbrush and palette when she fell.
Didn't even get a chance to clean her brush.
Okay, so I didn't... Okay, so I didn't have that. I needed that. Okay, alright, okay. I'm...
The whole room has a strange...
Yeah, there might be a reason for that. The attic's directly above us, right?
Yeah. The outline of Freya Fellow. Looks like she fell onto her back. There's a single patch of blood. No real signs.
That's weird.
What?
Her feet were right up by the canvas.
So?
So she was
Let's
probably...
check the case file again.
The attic's directly above us.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not gonna check... Alright, okay. Yeah, fine. Okay, so who we got left? Let's go talk to... Maybe Poppy we gotta talk to about Fitz? Hey, Pops.
Softly does the flower grow, all in time, and time is slow. Rest a seed within the earth, but do not rush its gentle birth. Hour by hour, day by day, tune your heart to nature's way.
Excuse me?
Feathers flashing in the light, from a sunbeam gleaming bright. I shield my eyes and turn my head, but all at once I've been misled. Light is shining on the stage, but through the railings of a cage.
Right. Okay.
Don't look at me. I didn't break it.
Does anybody else use the music room?
Yes. I don't know who, but I can tell when somebody else has touched the piano.
Do you know where those earmuffs came from?
I put them there.
Why?
I found them lying around. I think they belong to Fitz. I put them on the statue so he'd see them. I thought they looked like headphones. Like he's in the recording studio with his guitar.
Yeah.
No?
If they do belong to Fitz, he hasn't taken them back yet. When did you find them?
This morning.
Where?
I don't know, in a hallway. Can't remember exactly. Is that a gardening trowel?
Yeah. I think it belongs to Fitz.
Really? Huh. Never seen him use it. Never seen that one before. Was it in the greenhouse?
No. We found it in Penny's room.
Ah, right. Oh, you've been to the greenhouse? What did you think?
Impressive, I guess. But kind of unsettling, with Fitz lurking in the shadows the whole time.
Yeah, he does that.
Yeah, he does that. Okay.
Yeah, it's mine.
What's so
What's
special
so
about it?
special about it?
I got it from my teacher. It's the first piece I ever learned.
How long have you been playing?
Since the day I turned 6. Family tradition. I was really excited to start learning. As soon as I got out of my first lesson, I told Freya and Fifi all about it. When I arrived at my second lesson the next day, Freya was there too. She hadn't asked permission, just showed up. For 2 whole years, the teacher taught us both.
Was Freya any good?
She would have been even better than me, if she'd stuck with it. But one day, she just stopped coming to lessons.
Why?
That's just it. There was no reason. That's when I realized things were different for her.
Can you play a tune for us?
Tune for us?
Sure. It's literally 8 notes. I have it memorized. It was my mother's originally.
So, why is it up in Flora's room?
She just gets the most use out of it. Freya would borrow it too sometimes.
Does this belong to you, Poppy?
Now that's not really my style. It...
Okay, so despite okay.
Was that supposed to be Flora?
Possibly.
Oh, how nice. Whose paints are those?
They belong to Felix, I think.
Why is the glass cracked down one side?
Natural wear and tear, maybe?
No way. Freya took good care of her stuff. That belongs to Flora, I think.
I'm just
Hey,
trying to click this.
That's me. Not a bad likeness.
It looks like you're standing in a rose bush.
Is there something wrong with that? Freya would always load up the palette with all the exact colors she was gonna need. I think it helped her zone out and focus on the actual painting itself. Like getting all your sheet music lined up before playing a long piece.
Right. So the blob of black paint in the middle, that was for painting Flora?
Flora's dress, yeah. She wears even more black than I do.
In fairness, you don't actually wear a lot of black. It's just sort of a deep purple.
How sweet. When I first saw it, I thought it looked like Flora was holding a knife with blood on the tip.
You don't think that anymore?
No, it was a stupid thing to say. The room was dark. I was in shock. I'm just an idiot.
But it was blood on the tip. If you hadn't said anything, maybe Fifi wouldn't have checked.
Exactly. It's stupid.
But we would have missed out on an important clue.
Is it a clue? Really? Tell me how it's a clue. Tell me how it helps. Nothing about the knife makes any sense. It's just freaking everyone out. Wish I'd never said anything.
Okay. Pointer? Maybe we talk to him about the little telescope thingy, what's it?
What's this?
It looks like it might be a telescope. Thought you might know something about it.
Well, it certainly is a telescope. It has a part there to screw onto a tripod, you see. It's rather small, though. I'm not sure you could see many stars with it.
No, probably not.
What's this? Is it a clue?
We don't actually know. But Grimoire picked it up, so now he has to pretend it is.
That's how it works.
Alright. Penelope. Did I show you the paint, the plant we found in your room? Yeah, we did.
Lovely.
Well, at least it was short. Okay, if the palette doesn't get him to talk, I'm gonna have to just look shit up now, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, obviously.
It's unlike her to leave paint on the brush.
I think we'll give her a pass, given the circumstances.
Ah, yes. So we shall. These drawings are quite precious. I'm surprised Flora let you see them.
What happened to the bird? Did it die?
I don't know. Seems likely, though, doesn't it? Where did you find that?
It was in the library.
Really? How odd.
Alright, fuck it. Clearly I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Tangle tour. I could swear I did that. Hey, Fifi?
The red paint on the brush is not paint. It is blood. Same for the palette.
So Freya added the blood to the painting herself?
Or blood got on the brush and palette some other way?
I do not know the answer.
Fifi, did you test the red paint in this pot?
Yes, I did. I discovered it too was blood, not paint.
A whole pot full of blood?
Not a whole pot. It is only partially full.
Yeah, but still. Doesn't that freak you out?
No. In fact, it may be considered rather
I already talked to her about it. Don't tell me I was stupid enough not to talk to Felix about the fucking...
Ah, you found it. What do you think, huh? I had to rush the final touches a little bit. It turned out all right, though.
What's it supposed to be?
It's Flora, of course, surrounded by all her favorite people. Ah, you found it.
Okay, so this walkthrough is lying to me. Because that did not set off the goddamn thing. Oh, buddy. Buddy boy. Buddy boy Majesco. The fuck is... Jessica. The fuck did I reference a, When did I reference, a defunct video game company? Where is Majesco defunct? It's gotta be, right? I can't think of the last time I heard about, Majesco putting out a game. Alright. Again, I don't like using a walkthrough for it, but I genuinely, I'm stymied on what the fuck I'm supposed to do now. How did I not talk to her about the secret
book.
diary?
My book.
And what's in it?
Pages.
I mean, she's not wrong.
A book. My book.
There's something
There
about
we
that
go.
diary we found in Fifi's room. Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
We're already here, guys. Suspicione.
Is this your diary, Fifi? We found it in your bedroom.
Of course it is mine. Ridiculous question.
Why is it locked up like that?
You seriously require an explanation. Very well. A fairly common concept, the so-called secret diary, is favored in particular by girls between the ages of 10
So, there are secrets written in here?
and this particular diary is unused.
It doesn't look unused.
It's Fifi's diary, and she has written in it. It's not a diary at all. It's someone else's diary.
It's somebody else's diary.
How could you arrive at that conclusion? It is kept in my bedroom. It is mine.
We need a clue to compare with the diary. Something to prove who the original owner was.
Oh! Is that a bit of blue? Yeah, buddy.
Let's take a closer look at this.
Is somewhat similar. The opposite of was hidden inside is the same thing as the secret diary. Which proves it belonged to Fifi, which proves it belongs to Freya.
This blue book is the same thing as the secret diary, which proves it belonged to Freya.
You were hiding Freya's diary in your room, and you kept it locked, too.
Why would I do either of these things?
That's a good question. I was always suspicious, destroyed, thought it wasn't there, didn't want anyone to see. Didn't want Fifi. Didn't want anyone to see personal secrets. I knew about within Freya's diary.
Fifi
Ba-boom!
didn't want anyone to see personal secrets within Freya's diary.
Is this true, Fifi?
I know Freya was your friend, but if you're trying to hide something,
You did not know Freya, so this might be difficult to understand. She did her own thing, in her own way. By concealing Freya's written accounts, it is simply my intention to preserve her innocence.
Innocence?
might be easier if you just let us read the diary, Fifi.
Very well. I will open it. However, as you read it, please remember, Freya was the most kind and the most wise person I have ever known.
All right, Fifi unlocked the diary.
Finally. What's in there?
It's back, in the flesh this time. Was it me, or did I let it out? Maybe I should rip up that painting. Soul Bearer Works. Impressive little thing. I have two now. Need two more. Found my way into the middle. Surprisingly simple compared to Harp. I saw them, all five, eyes blacked out. Despite everything, I still have a promise to keep. I'll do my best, so we could do with a little company.
Freya was definitely up to something.
Something to do with the statue in the garden, I think.
Maybe we should go back and check. And we could have missed something.
To the Galdens. No, actually, I think that starts up the... No. We're going to not do this just yet. Because that actually, I think, basically hard locks us into the final piece of the game.
Name, Fitzfellow. Age, 24. Profession, cryptobotanist. Likes soil, dislikes electric lights.
Hang on. Crypto-botanist? I thought he was just a gardener.
That may well be his preferred label. Mine, however, is more accurate.
Do you and Fitz not see eye to eye, Fifi?
We do not.
Well, I wouldn't have thought so. He's well over 6 foot and you've got to be just barely 5.
So, what's your problem with him?
Exactly 1 week ago, I witnessed him sneaking up Pointer Tower. He was making every effort to avoid detection.
So?
He was also carrying a knife.
There's something about
There we
poor
go.
Fitz going up Pointer Tower. Something suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
Suspicione! Alright, Predator. We'll do this. And I'm only calling him that because, you know, he's hiding in the shadows.
So, Fitz, I have a report that you were seen sneaking up Pointer Tower. Holding a knife.
That's not right. I don't go into Pointer Tower. I don't own a knife. And I don't sneak. Was it Fifi who told you
Well,
this?
firstly,
How did
yes,
you
you
know
do.
that?
A guess. She doesn't like me very much. But yeah, she was mistaken. Maybe she wasn't wearing her eye lens thing.
What do you think, Grimoire?
Glasses? Is that what you... It's like, what a weird way to fucking phrase that. I mean, I guess, technically speaking, it's not... I don't know. Fifi definitely saw Fitz holding a knife. Fifi did see Fitz, but he was holding something else. There
Fifi
we go.
did see Fitz, but he was holding something else.
So, if it wasn't a knife, what was it?
Aha! Ornate trowel.
What about this?
Ah, that.
Is it yours?
It was a gift. It's sentimental. I have no reason to take it up Pointer Tower. I don't use it at all.
Is that so, Mr. Fritz? Mr. Fitz? Mr. Fellow? Mr. Fitzfellow? Fue. Is the only thing that can destroy, was used to bury, is used by Fitz to look after. There we go. Ornate trowel. In the garden, in the greenhouse, in Penny's room.
An ornate trowel is used by Fitz to look after a potted flower in Penny's room.
That flower.
Yes.
I've never seen it before.
Bull
Immediately
honkus.
compared to that flower. Something that proves its connection to Fitz.
Don't you try to bullshit me, big man. Same
Let's
dirt,
take
you
a
son of a
closer look at
bitch.
these.
The potted soil in... in Penny's room matches the pot and soil found in the garden.
The pot and soil in Penny's room matches the pot and soil found in the garden.
No, wait,
Almost.
not the garden.
Maybe just change
the
it.
greenhouse, rather. in Fitz's
The pot and
greenhouse.
soil in
There we
Penny's
go.
room
Ba-boom.
matches the pot and soil found in Fitz's greenhouse. Let me guess. Penny's flower was originally a gift from you, Fitz. There's no way it's a coincidence.
No way what's a coincidence.
The flower. It looks exactly like Penny.
It took me a long time to breed. I wanted the colors to be exactly right.
Oh,
That's
Fitz.
some gift.
Turns out Penny isn't particularly interested in looking after plants. So I go into her room every now and again.
Oh, buddy.
When she's not there, water the flower, change the soil. Just trying to keep it alive.
Oh, buddy. He's just... Oh. Believe that's almost everyone. Yep, Felix's, right?
You get a good view of the lake from here.
No, son of a bitch. And I could swear that I have talked to him about all these things. Back to the workshop. Talk to Felix if you didn't activate his suspicion yet. Ask him about all the other suspects and all the clues, especially Freya's paints, the painted models, the painted model, and the brush and palette. Why in the balls? Okay, some of these are bullshit. All right, some of these are very much them wanting you to to fucking show every piece of fucking bullshit that you pick up to every motherfucker in the god. It's fine.
Paints are different to flowers.
I'd say so, yeah.
At any time, flowers can bloom with perfect, faultless colors. Red, blue, white. With paint, once you've tainted a color by mixing it with others, not even the most skilled painter can return it to its pure form.
Oh no, wait, I might have looked at the wrong thing. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, we're just gonna fucking talk to everybody then. Fuck me. Fuck! Okay, peoples.
Dearest Flora, a remarkable woman. Oh, yes. Been married over 20 years now.
You two still get on?
Yeah, of course. What a question.
She hasn't gone quiet on you.
It's true she has an independent streak. She's had it her whole life. She's the youngest of 3. Always something of a lone wolf, you know? Just the way she is.
Lone wolf is putting it lightly. She doesn't seem to want to talk to anyone.
She just likes time to herself, away from the company of other humans.
Other humans?
Well, yes, other people, you know. Quite the character, eh? A fellow member of the Order of the Crimson Cloak.
Is that a real thing?
No, I just meant because we both wear, you know, red capes of a sort.
Has she questioned you yet?
If you call that questioning, she seemed bored by everything I had to say. I heard on the grapevine. Supposedly Hawkshaw is searching for some rare item. Something called the Golden Beetle. Honestly, it's probably a bunch of sensationalist rubbish.
You reckon?
Quite sure. There is no treasure called the Golden Beetle.
How do you know?
Because I would have heard of it.
I see.
Uncommonly skilled as an artist, but Freya was so much more than her talent. She helped me get started with my own painting, you know. It taught me what she knew about wood carving, too. Tremendous patience. She was ever so good with dear Flora.
Freya and Flora were close?
Oh, yes, especially recently.
How are you related to Freya?
Somewhat distantly, as it happens. My father, Lord Fellow, was her grandfather. Technically, that makes her a fellow. Let's just say there was some discussion over whether she ought to carry the name at all. There's a family tree in the Grand Hall. You should take a look at it.
What about her inheritance?
Freya's parents died when she was around 3 years old. She came to live here shortly afterwards.
Nobody left her a thing?
I'm afraid not. She had no formal claim over anything at Tangle Tower.
Well, that's depressing. Okay.
There's something about
Fucking
Felix's
finally.
painting supplies. Something suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
Alright, Tubby. Let's do this.
So,
Suspicione!
about this paint we found in your room.
Nothing suspicious about it. I used it to paint, obviously. Totally normal thing to do.
We never said it was suspicious.
Come on then, out with it. What exactly are you accusing me of?
It ain't your paint.
It's not your paint pot. Did you take it from somewhere else?
What on earth? It's definitely mine. I even have proof. Look, the lid matches the ones on all my other paint pots. End of discussion.
That's not the end of the discussion.
We need a clue to compare with Felix's red paint. Something to prove who it actually belongs to.
Freya's paints.
Let's take a closer look at this.
Freya's blue paint pot. Okay, Freya's red paint pot was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot. And uses the murder weapon and broken by Felix, but Freya noticed what had happened. The lids were swapped to hide it.
Freya's red paint pot was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot, but the lids were swapped to hide it.
That red paint is from Freya's supplies, not yours. Swapping the lids doesn't hide what you did.
Why are you bothering me about paint anyway? And none of this is connected to your murder.
Dude, the red paint pot at the crime scene was full of fucking blood. This red paint pot contained no, had been emptied of all its, was somehow filled with blood. And then locked away before Freya used it to paint Flora.
This red paint pot was somehow filled with blood before Freya used it to paint Flora.
That's sus as fuck, bro.
That's
Yeah.
definitely something.
Yeah.
Right. Fine. Here's the story. I was busy working on a project when I suddenly realized I had run out of red paint. There was a certain amount of time pressure. So I politely asked Freya if I could borrow hers. Just for a little while, you know. Perfectly reasonable request.
But she said no.
I tried to explain why I needed it, but she didn't seem to care. So, well, I took Freya's red paint pot and swapped it with my own empty one.
You went into her room?
Not my proudest moment, but it's just paint. I didn't touch anything else.
And the paint pot you left behind was definitely empty?
Quite. I have absolutely no idea how it got blood in it, if that's what you're asking.
Why were you in such a hurry to get a hold of red paint anyway?
I was trying to finish this in time for Flora's birthday. I needed red to paint the final details.
Could you not have just used a different color?
Out of the question. It had to be red and white.
If you managed to finish it, why haven't you given it to Flora yet?
Well, I decided against it in the end. After what happened, seemed a bit insensitive.
Let's go over what we know about the crime scene.
Later, I want to do Hawkshaw's thing right quick. Alright, Hawkshaw. Golden Beetle.
Where did you find this?
Do you have any theories about where this might have been?
Or who might have had it?
I have several theories, but they are my theories, and I'm not going to share them.
This belongs to you, Hawkshaw?
Correct.
And, what is it?
It's my handheld microscope for up-close investigation work.
What do you magnify with it?
Trace particles, dust, oils, clothing fibers.
Have you used it here at Tangle Tower?
I have. I used it to examine the greenhouse only 2 days ago.
What were you looking for?
That is between myself and my client.
You sure about all that?
I admit, it's powerful. Freya was a talented young woman.
Someone even liked it enough to take a photo of it.
Now, we don't know why they took the photograph, do we? Perhaps they just wanted it for reference.
When did Freya draw the picture of you, Hawkshaw?
I didn't model for her, if that's what you're asking. She must have done it without my permission.
Could just be from memory. It's not quite as detailed as the others anyway.
Professor Pointer is a respectable astronomer. Keeps himself to himself. What?
We're just surprised.
That was the most polite you've been about anyone.
No?
Hi.
Maybe we gotta talk to Professor Pointer about Hawkshaw? Maybe?
Hard to read, that one, but she seems to know what she's doing.
She's kind of mean.
You know, I simply assumed all detectives were sharp, rigorous, and thorough. Then, of course, I met you.
Well, fuck you too.
These were drawn by Freya. She must have drawn that one of Hawkshaw rather recently.
I guess.
Fitz seems rather keen to grow things like this in his greenhouse, doesn't he?
What's wrong with that?
Well, you can't eat it. Makes you wonder why he bothers at all.
I just... How do I fucking... Fucking, I'm looking up Hawkshaw's specifically. Okay, here we go. Detective Hawkshaw. Ask Hawkshaw about the small ones. Ask Fitz about Hawkshaw. Okay. Why not? Yo, Fitz. What do you think about
She
Hawkshaw?
questioned me.
About what?
My work, the plants, bit of everything.
Did she search the greenhouse?
No, she didn't.
You sure? Maybe she did it when you weren't in there.
No, she hasn't touched it.
How can you tell?
Trust me, I can tell.
There's something about Hawkshaw's
Don't know
handheld
why that
microscope.
set it off, but whatever.
Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
Hawkshaw. Suspicion!
This little microscope thing? You said you used it to search the greenhouse.
And this would make perfect sense. If you knew what my client had asked me to find. Of course, I still have no intention of disclosing that information.
You're such a tease, Hawkshaw. Don't worry, we already worked out what you're searching for.
Golden beetle.
You're not as hopeless as you look.
Thanks.
So, that's what you were looking for in the greenhouse? This beetle?
Surely even you can understand the logic of it. The greenhouse is home to a great many insects. The gardener could have easily kept the beetle hidden in there.
Well, Fitz said you questioned him, but didn't actually search the greenhouse.
He is not exactly the type to appreciate subtlety. He simply didn't notice that I was using my microscope.
What do you reckon, Grimoire?
I know for a fact she didn't use the microscope in the greenhouse.
It's not a microscope at all.
It's not a microscope at all.
All of a sudden, Detective Grimoire is some kind of expert on microscopes.
No. There just happens to be an expert on telescopes in the, or an expert on both microscopes and telescopes in Tangle Tower. According to Hawkshaw, according to Fifi, the handheld microscope, according to, it's either, according to Fifi, uses a telescopic lens. So Hawkshaw stole it, which makes it the murder weapon, so I should lied about it. There we
The
go.
handheld microscope, according to Fifi, uses a telescopic lens, so Hawkshaw lied about it. I'm inclined to believe Fifi when it comes to stuff like this.
Hawkshaw, why did you lie about owning a telescope?
When you were a child, what did you aspire to become?
A detective, naturally.
Emperor of the Galaxy?
I wanted to be an astronomer.
Really?
I harbored a desire to understand the secrets of the wider universe. A fool's errand, to be sure, but a seductive one. At 15, I decided instead to apply my intelligence to the world around me, and so I became a detective. But the yearning for elusive knowledge is a powerful force. I tried to keep it with me.
Sorry, but we're way off track. What's the deal with the little telescope?
A memento from my childhood. Little more than a toy.
Why did you bring it with you?
When I discovered that it was Professor Pointer who had hired me, I dared to consider it something of a planetary alignment. I had hoped he might sign my telescope. An extremely childish indulgence, I admit.
I never would have guessed.
Hold on. You're admitting you didn't use it in the greenhouse then?
Correct. As it happens, I have no need to search the greenhouse to such a degree. Professor Pointer doesn't consider the gardener a suspect in our theft investigation.
So, who is your suspect?
Things have become complicated. My lead suspect is your murder victim.
Well then,
More of that weird
Really?
That's
Miss
not-
Abby?
beats me.
alright. I forget which one of these starts up the next chapter, so fuck it. Although I think it's this. So,
We know a little more about the crime scene now. So, what do you think? Was Freya stabbed by her own painting?
I mean, obviously not. It was used to paint the red tip of... Blood from the paint pot was used to paint the red tip of the painted ink dip feather. To prove the existence of magic, to resemble a bloody knife, so it could stab Freya, to distract Freya, to hide the evidence, to prove the to resemble a bloody knife?
Blood from the paint pot was used to paint the red tip of the painted ink dip feather to resemble a bloody knife.
I think you're right. Can't decide if I'm disappointed or relieved.
I have a question. Why?
Either it's a very strange coincidence, or somebody set it up.
Somebody deliberately put blood in the paint pot and hid that feather after the crime. Why? To distract us?
Possibly.
Well, it worked.
Possibly.
Flora's the only person who could have hidden the feather, unless someone took it from her.
Let's go over what we do know. The door was locked the whole time. It stayed locked until Fitz kicked it down. Normally, it can only be opened from the inside. Pointer said he couldn't see Freya from his telescope, but he did see Flora lying by the window.
So whatever got Freya got Flora too?
Except Flora survived. She didn't get a stab wound like Freya did.
Hold on. If there was no knife, then what did stab Freya?
It could be anything. It might not even be important.
How is it not important?
Right now, I'm less interested in the what, and more interested in the how.
The angle of Freya's wound suggests she was stabbed at a perfect right angle. That is, from directly in front of her. but she was standing right up by the canvas.
Somehow, Freya ended up lying on her back, still perfectly in line with the painting.
Maybe something went through it.
Through the painting? Wouldn't that leave a hole?
Okay, well, how about this? How do we know Freya was stabbed before she fell over? Maybe her being stabbed and her falling over are completely unrelated.
Mayhaps. Anyway. Let's get this little guy.
Here before.
What is it?
It's a little wooden toy. Looks kind of like a crab.
There's a note stuck to the back.
What does it say? Grimoire?
This is my new friend. He likes music. Simple melodies will move his soul. Best of luck to you two. Freya. Spooky!
What do you think? Is it really from her?
How can it be?
Why don't we check the handwriting with Freya's diary?
Good idea. Hold on.
Well?
It's a perfect match.
Well, it's confirmed. We have a ghost helping us.
Let's keep this to ourselves for now.
Again, Grimoire, this is not the weirdest thing to happen to you.
What about the little wooden toy thingy?
Maybe we can put it to some kind of use.
Tangle Tower. Chapter 3. Unfinished business. Yeah, fuck it. I'll do this. The stream might run a little bit long, but I could probably squeeze in the last chapter here. Especially since I know pretty much exactly what I gotta do from this point forward. Okay. E pappi.
Yeah, it's mine.
Can you play the tune for us?
Sure. It's literally 8 notes. I have it memorized.
Go ahead and take a picture of that. Oh, that's not what I was trying to do. There we go. Perfect. Now, back up to Flora's room. Oh no, wait, that's the this is the one we need.
Weird.
It's someone humming a tune.
Okay, and I think the next one is...
Giant stone frog.
Yeah, he's got his-
Except those aren't snowflakes. They're feathers.
No? Okay, maybe...
And especially fancy.
And it's home to 3 especially fancy birds.
And
And it's home to 3 especially fancy birds.
No? Okay. Oh, wait. There we go. Okay.
The grounds were off.
I cannot believe how it...
I'm still not sure.
Should we take another look?
Oh, right. Right.
Let's come back later.
Right. The bell.
That's all 4 melodies, I think.
So, what do we do with them?
Should we go back to the gardens again?
And now we've
Let's
got the
try this
combination
again.
for this.
You know, I think we might be able to solve this now. That's gotta be right.
Nothing. Maybe it's broken.
Wait, do you hear that?
Well, time to go into the passageway in the mouth of the giant bear thing with glowing red eyes. I'm sure this won't turn out poorly.
Where do you think it goes?
Down.
Away we go! Tangle Tower. Chapter 4 at this, I think. Underneath.
It looks like they're being boiled, but the liquid is ice cold. A cracked glass tank with 9 little rooms. Each one has 1 or 2 insects inside. I can't tell if they're still alive.
I like that you called them rooms.
What's in there? 9 beetles. All different, all dead.
Poor little guys.
There's a bunch of notes written all around them. It's mostly numbers. No idea what they mean. 9 beetles.
Poor little
It's mostly numbers. It's a little diagram of a beetle, with some incomprehensible notes scribbled next to it.
That's weird.
What?
It looks really normal compared to the beetles behind the glass. Bugs. Big ones.
Looks like they're made of metal. It's so dark, I can barely tell what I'm looking at.
Forensic Entomology, Volume 3.
That's an incredibly specific area of study. A glass tank?
There's a layer of condensation on the inside. Is it locked?
Seems likely, doesn't it? Weird looking safe.
I'm pretty sure the latches can slide into the middle.
Okay. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go.
I got it.
Yes!
I'm impressed.
Sorry, I was just completely silent there. One.
Anything inside?
Yeah, more research.
Sorry, I was so silent there. That I just remember that puzzle being really fidgety. Secret research, a folder containing research notes and diagrams. Uh-huh.
Whose research is this?
Well,
It's so dark. I can barely tell what I'm looking
looks
at.
real similar to another bit of research we found earlier.
This is some seriously in-depth research.
That's impressive, but it's incomplete. There's a section missing.
So, this is Pointer's secret lab.
Definitely seems like he's the one using it.
I guess not a lot of people know about the secret entrance.
Right. But if Pointer's the only one who comes down here, why would he need to lock his research in a safe? Who's he hiding it from?
He's just paranoid, especially about his golden beetle.
What do you think he's trying to do exactly?
When did I pause it? Oh, okay, whatever. As long as the audio is still good. Alright. Pointer. Locked up. Wasn't aware of. Has been trying to breed. The golden beetle. In the greenhouse, in the rooftop garden, in the astronomy tower, in the underground laboratory, in Flora's tower, in the greenhouse.
Pointer has been trying to breed the golden beetle in the underground laboratory.
Why? Because it's rare?
Because it's gold?
Is that it?
I think so. I don't think he cares about entomology any more than he cares about astronomy. He just wants to get one over on Felix. If he can breed his own gold, suddenly Poppy's inheritance is looking pretty,
Infinite. Might explain why he was so worried about losing the beetle. Maybe somebody did steal it.
Might have been Freya after all. We know she was trying to get through the secret door in the garden.
She might not have known what was down here, though. Maybe she was just curious.
Curious, sure, but not naive. I reckon she knew what was going on.
I think we're still missing the bigger picture. There's no way this is all just about a beetle. We're done.
Ready to go down? Again?
I'm gonna do this.
Basements don't normally have windows?
We're at the bottom of the lake. We must be.
Right. But if that's the lake bed, why does it look like that?
Like what?
White, smooth, no plants, no anything. It's not what a lake looks like.
Where are we?
It's an old coat rack. Looks thoroughly neglected.
2 cloaks, and a green hat draped on top for good measure.
Old cardboard boxes.
How exciting.
Oh, but there's more. They're also damp and empty. A single book on a little makeshift table.
This is creeping me out slightly.
Why?
I think it's a children's book.
Amphibi, Soulbearer, Inkdip, Silver Snake. Mistids of the Sea and Sky, a children's picture book. It looks very old. The Inkdip, an elegant bird with red and white plumage. The silver snake, an aquatic reptile with no eyes and a long tongue. The soul bearer, a crab with 3 differently sized claws. And the amphobie, a frog-like creature walking on 2 legs. Another reference to previous game.
There's a roll of paper up there.
I'll see if I can reach it.
Let me guess. Blank.
Study. Wait.
I know what you're thinking. And no, we never went in there.
How did we miss it?
The Grand Hall.
What's that thing in the middle?
I think it's that big glass tube.
A bedroom.
That's Fifi's room, isn't it?
It's the aviary. Music room.
It's the room above us. The one...
The laboratory?
Yeah.
That's the room we're in now. It must be. It's not labeled as anything on these plans, though.
I think it already existed when this was made.
Misted Mansion. North side, cross-section. Is it not Tangle Tower?
Tangle Tower. Before the towers?
Storage.
It's Freya's room. The library.
Music room. A bedroom.
That's Fifi's room, isn't it? A bedroom.
Penny's room, I think. The rooftop garden. That name makes a little more sense in this context.
This seems pretty significant.
Agreed.
Little parchment.
We're too late. This photograph has been stabbed.
It's been murdered.
Why? By what?
Not sure. Some kind of metal stabbing thingy.
Thank you, Sally. Metal rod, a sleek but sturdy metal rod. It has been stabbed into a photograph. The rod is curved and pointed. Clean and polished.
So what's the photo?
Each photo is framed but slightly damp. The photo shows a young girl, a large man sitting next to her. Around them are several red and white birds. No object is stabbed into the photo, leaving a hole near the man's chest.
Do you know who it is in the photo?
Look.
Did you notice how much light this room has?
It's all coming through the window.
I'm pretty sure lakes are supposed to be darker at the bottom, not lighter.
Why is there a room down here anyway? And why is it so much older than the rest of Tangle Tower?
We still don't really know why people came to live here in the first place.
Maybe they just wanted to get rich, like Pointer with his beetles.
I feel like the Remingtons came here for the lake, for what was in it.
It's empty, though. More empty than a normal lake would be.
It is now, yeah. Maybe we're too late.
This man in the photo, he reminds me of something from one of our clues.
A little
Felix
model.
made a little model of him for Flora.
Yeah, makes sense when you know who he is.
Lord Fellow.
Lord Fellow.
Really?
Wait, no, hang on.
Felix made a little model of him for Flora.
Yeah,
Oh.
makes sense when you know who he is.
Lord Remington, then,
Lord
because
Remington.
Fellow is Felix's
Remington.
father.
That makes him Flora's father, meaning the girl in the photo is...
Yeah, it's her. See the bird, too.
I never would have guessed. Times sure do change.
I don't know. I don't think she looks so different.
Let's head back up to the Grand Hall. I want to find that last room.
Let's go. Let's try and squeeze this last bit into the game.
Wow, it's dark all of a sudden.
How long were we down there?
This must be it. This thing goes all the way up.
How are we supposed to get up there?
Hang on, it's pitch black, but I think there's a switch. A ladder.
Want to go up?
Tangle Tower. The Hidden Heart.
Is that a crab?
It's got a translucent exoskeleton. You can actually see its insides.
Also, crabs normally have 2 claws, right? Not 3? Ugh. You sure we should be touching it?
Grimoire, don't you think it looks familiar?
Hey. Okay.
I guess that's wrong.
I don't think we need to guess.
What do you mean?
We have all the information we need in our case file.
Cool. I can't look at my case file stuff right now,
This
though.
crab really reminds me of something.
That little...
Yeah, but I think I've seen it more recently.
Yeah, I know. I just can't fucking... Okay, so...
Is that a crab?
It's got
Also, crabs normal... I guess that's wrong.
I don't think we need to
What do you
guess.
mean?
We have all the information we need in
Okay.
This crab really...
That-
Yeah, but I think I've seen it more recently.
This is another friggin' fidgety ass puzzle.
Is that a crab?
It's got
Also, crabs...
Okay. Album. Okay, got that one. Now... Alright.
I guess that's wrong.
I don't think
What do you
we
mean?
have all the information we need in our case.
Perfect.
There we go. Finally. Fucking hell.
What's this?
Something somebody didn't want us to find.
That's another fidgety ass puzzle. Crossbow.
What is it?
Who are all the people in this photo?
Not sure, but it looks like someone didn't like them very much. Their eyes have all been crossed out.
And another guy from the previous games.
That photo is important. I'm sure of it.
It's a wooden pinboard, hung up on one of the chains.
Looks like there's a couple of things missing from it.
An incinerator built into the wall. It's still pretty hot.
Is there anything left inside?
It's mostly ashes, but yeah, there's something.
An axe and some kind of hunting rifle, mounted on the wall.
Honestly, doesn't look like they've been moved in a few years.
I'm more worried about the third one.
The third one?
The one that isn't there.
Dragon?
Snake?
Worm?
That's the one.
You don't get to hear people use the term worm enough, at least in my opinion.
Was someone trying to hide it? From us?
I don't know, but it looks incomplete to me. I want to know what happened to the rest of it. Where are the other parts?
We found them already.
We found them already.
Somebody liked my video. They might be a little disappointed if they come onto the Twitch channel and see that I'm not actually playing that. Sorry, but the game decided that it wanted to be all fucked up, so.
What do you make of it?
Not sure. Let's keep an open mind.
You don't think the crossbow is the murder weapon?
Oh no, the crossbow is definitely the murder weapon. But that doesn't mean we've solved the mystery.
Do those look like scratch marks to you? On the glass?
Yeah, they're on the inside. That's a bookcase.
What a surprise. Those aren't bird cages.
Some of them are disconcertingly large.
At least they're all empty.
You sure that's a good thing? Coffee table, half-empty wine bottle, lamp left on. I'm gonna say someone's been using this room.
Someone complacent enough to leave their notebook lying around.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Someone's been using this room. Another
Five
photograph.
people.
Their faces are all crossed out with some kind of black ink.
That's weird.
Oh, you think so?
No, I mean, something I just realized. Sally, did we meet any of these people here at Tangle Tower?
Well, the woman on the left looks a little like Poppy, but her style is way different. And at first I thought the guy on the top right was Felix, but now that I look at it, I don't think it is him.
So, Flora married Felix because he kind of looks like her dad? The fuck?
I don't get it. This room is in the original building plans for the mansion, but nowadays it's some big secret?
It's not a secret to everybody. At least one other person still knows about this room.
The way the notebook was left out on the table makes me think it's someone who has the room all to themselves.
Whoever it was, they left more than just the notebook. There's a whole design project on this pinboard. Feels like someone put quite a bit of effort into it.
It's a shame there are things missing from it. Now I'm betting it'd make more sense if we could see it all together.
That might not be impossible, you know.
Nope, no, that's not the right thing.
I think that might attach, but not this part of the pinboard.
Oh, was I... Oh, right, sorry.
The painting from Freya's room and those sketches... Did Freya design Detective Hawkshaw's clothes? What kind of sense does that make?
I don't think that's why Freya made that painting, but it may have been why somebody took a photo of it to use as reference. And as for those sketches of Hawkshaw, I don't think Freya actually drew them. It was somebody else, someone with less of a talent for art.
Doesn't exactly narrow it down. Should we go ask Detective Hawkshaw about all this?
I'm not sure. I still don't know what's really going on.
Tangle Tower. The murder.
Time to solve this.
All right, break out the notebook. Time to put it all together.
Let's start with this. It's an arrow for the crossbow, and it matches Freya's wound. It's the murder weapon. I'm sure of it.
Despite the fact it doesn't have any blood on it, and it wasn't found anywhere near the crime scene.
Mm-hmm. It was cleaned, then it was hidden. I don't think anybody expected us to get down to that room at the bottom of the lake.
Okay, so Freya was shot by a crossbow. Where was it fired from?
It was fired from above Freya.
From above Freya.
Above, huh?
Yeah, our diagram doesn't show everything. Let's add in the rest of the crime scene.
The attic.
Perfect hiding place. We even found a part of the murder weapon up there. The reel was used to pull the arrow back up through the crack in the floorboards.
Explains why we never found a weapon at the crime scene, I guess.
The murderer must have dropped the reel in the attic. I'm guessing they were in a hurry to escape.
Wait. The arrow was fired through the crack in the floorboards?
Yeah, it's directly above where Freya was found lying on her back.
Nope. Doesn't add up. It would have missed her if she was still standing up by the painting.
Ah, right.
Unless...
Freya was already lying on her back.
Freya was already lying on her back before the arrow was fired.
I think so too.
She'd fallen unconscious.
Fallen unconscious.
Something in the room caused Freya to fall unconscious.
The gramophone.
The gramophone.
Right.
But the gramophone by itself can't do that.
Something
There
in
was
the
something
gramophone.
in the gramophone.
Mm-hmm. Something small.
Side. The golden beetle.
Pointer's research says it can emit an incredibly loud hiss when it feels threatened, Poppy and Fitz both said they heard a loud noise around the time of the murder. Neither of them had any idea what it was.
This seems a little far-fetched. Is it really loud enough to knock someone out?
No, I don't think so, not by itself. But don't forget, it was being amplified by the shape of the gramophone. Now, I don't think we're purely talking about volume either. It might just be a particular type of frequency.
This is getting kinda scientific. Since when do you know anything about the effects of weaponized audio frequency?
I don't, but I think someone else does. Do you remember that statue we found in the music room? The horn it's playing. It's a pretty similar shape to the one on the gramophone. That broken glass isn't there on accident. This is someone's science experiment.
Thinking about it, Pointer said he saw Flora was knocked out too. I guess they were both in range of the noise, although Pointer might have been lying.
Personally, I think he was telling the truth about that. It's pretty clear a powerful frequency did pass through Flora's tower. Caused quite a bit of damage too. Those cracks didn't appear out of nowhere. Freya's paints, the pink cassette tape, and the gramophone itself, they all sustained similar damage while they were in that room.
That's some seriously powerful vibration, enough to crack metal, enough to knock someone out all the way across a room.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't get. If the frequency was so powerful and had such a big range, how did the murderer pull it off? Wouldn't they have been in range too? Think about it. They can't have been much further away from the gramophone than Flora was.
They
They
protected
protected
themselves.
themselves.
How?
With the earmuffs.
These are some pretty heavy-duty earmuffs. I think they'd be enough to block out the sound.
Right. Let's go over everything from the start. 1. Freya is painting Flora's portrait. They're listening to music on the gramophone.
2. The murderer is hiding in the attic, wearing earmuffs.
3. The golden beetle starts to emit its hissing noise.
Hold on. How did it know?
The beetle?
Yeah, what triggered it at that particular moment? Pointer's research said it makes the noise when it feels threatened.
I'm not sure. Maybe something in the music?
Maybe.
4. Freya and Flora are both knocked unconscious by the vibrations. Freya lands on her back. She drops the brush and palette by her side.
5. The murderer fires the crossbow directly downwards.
6. The arrow is pulled back up on the reel.
7. The murderer leaves the attic, presumably.
8. The door is kicked down. Fitz and Poppy enter the room.
That's it. There's something bothering me.
What?
I just want to check something. Let's go back to the crime scene.
Go to Flora's tower.
This is some seriously in-depth research.
The answer is in the painting. I'm sure of it.
I can see the stars. I can see the stars. Freya, did you leave us a clue?
So I know the solution, I just can't... Oh, there we go. The missing clue.
So what's bothering you?
Something that's not here. The thing we didn't find. We know she was holding it during the painting.
Flora's ink dip feather?
It was here. In this room. Where'd it go?
We found it somewhere else.
Somewhere else. We were little too late to save it.
So it was stolen from the crime scene, and ended up in the incinerator down in the study.
Someone wanted to destroy it, I guess.
But how? How was it stolen from up here in Flora's tower?
Presumably, Flora dropped it when she fell unconscious.
Yeah, and then what? The murderer couldn't have stolen it if they were up in the attic.
So the question is, how could they steal something from a room they weren't able to access? The final clue about the crime scene. Freya left it for us right here.
It's in the
It's
unfinished
in the
painting.
Unfinished painting. It's not quite a photo, but still, it's an image of the crime scene recorded just before the murder. If only she'd finished it. Then I could be totally sure.
It's true she never finished it, but she did intend to finish it.
Meaning?
We know more about the painting than what Freya actually got down on the canvas.
The brush and palette.
Freya prepared all the colors she was going to need before she started painting.
The yellow paint was going to be used to paint this sketch of something sitting in the window.
The yellow paint was going to be used to paint the sketch of something sitting in the window.
Something in the window. Oh.
Yep. Hi there, little guy. Or girl.
There she is. Our little thief.
How long has it been there? Did it hear the whole conversation?
She did, but she's a very good listener.
Hawkshaw. Or shall we call you by your real name?
Well now, I think this has quite served its purpose, don't you?
Penny, why did you...
It's Penelope, if you don't mind. But before we begin, isn't there a certain formality demanding our attention?
What happens if I leave her hands untied?
I'm afraid I have to insist. It's to the benefit of us all, I assure you. Lovely. Now, tell me, what was it that drove you this far? I'm ever so curious.
I wanted to help Freya's friends. Justice for Freya. I just need to know the truth.
I wanted to help Freya's friends.
Is that right? Interesting.
Why did you do it, Penny? What did Freya do to you?
Absolutely nothing.
So, what? You just hated her indiscriminately?
Freya Fellow was an inspiration to us all. She was possessed of a great energy. The volition to create something from nothing. The willpower to walk beyond her boundaries. She was truly free. Everything I couldn't be.
You know what? I just realized I actually have no idea who Penelope Pointer really is.
Weird, isn't it? Considering we've met her, what is it, 3 times now?
Exactly. How do we know this one isn't a disguise too?
You think you've already hollowed us out, don't you? Only a few short hours at Tangle Tower, and you feel like you've got everyone sussed. Unearthed every single one of our secrets. Nothing but bullet points for your notebook. Go on.
In fairness,
indulge
it's a
me.
very nice notebook.
What does it say in your notes about Penelope Pointer?
She's lonely.
Suppose I can't argue with that, can I?
Penny, we only know what you choose to tell us, so why not help us out?
Very well. Penelope Pointer is actually not very important at all. She pales in comparison to those who came before her and to those that came after. Living at Tangle Tower, it is very difficult to attain the levels of self-realization you probably take for granted.
You sure this is a Tangle Tower thing, and not a you thing?
Perhaps you didn't notice. Not one of them is happy, not one.
So why stay? Why not just leave?
I thought she did leave. Penny, you said you traveled, didn't you?
I did. Many times I've walked away. It did not help me. You saw the family tree hanging in the grand hall, did you not?
Yeah, it lists a bunch of people who don't live here anymore.
A bunch of people who don't live here anymore. I couldn't have put it better myself.
Okay.
My mother, for one. My father, too. The other two Remingtons. Poppy's mother, Primrose. And her brother, Richard.
And Fitz's father.
That's 5. 5 people that might have lived here, but don't.
And that was the first question I wanted answered.
You wanted to know where they'd all gone?
More than that, I wanted to know if I belonged with them. I have no place here. Not among the fellows, the Remingtons, or the Pointers. But I felt there must be a reason why everyone else left. Some common purpose they all shared. Perhaps it could be my purpose, too.
So, what did you actually do about it?
Nothing I could do, at first. Nobody would tell me anything. The more questions I asked, the fewer answers I got. Then, I found it. I was 19. Same age Freya is now.
Found what?
The study.
The study. The one hidden in the middle of the house. It's right next to a bedroom.
I'd hear voices at night. Deep ones. And the strangest thing, the wall behind my bed would get incredibly hot. For hours on end. The paint would peel. Wallpaper wouldn't stay up. I thought I was cursed. I thought it was something trying to break through. Eventually, I couldn't take it anymore. I found my way in the same way you did. Once you know it's there, it's simple.
So, you got into the study and found the incinerator. That must have been a relief, right?
It was still warm when I found it. Then, I looked inside.
The era of Misted Mansion.
Let's see how thorough you've been. Tell me, do you know what a misted is?
Misted?
Misted, sure, yeah.
Mistids? Sure, yeah.
You're more observant than I thought.
Sorry, what are we talking about?
It's a collective term from before my time. Birds, insects, amphibians, anything living off the lake water. The mutation can take several generations, or it can happen overnight.
Wait, mistids, like cryptids, like Bigfoot or whatever.
A little egregious, isn't it? I suspect that was an intentional parallel. The main difference being mistids are perfectly real. They're just kept secret. Or at least, that was the original plan. As it happened, some got out. Quite a few got out.
How do you know all this?
When I entered the study at 19, I found a single object that rather changed my life. Something which answered my questions while at once creating all new ones.
Penny found last I answered her questions.
The 5 missing family members standing together as a single unit, calling themselves the ambassadors of Misted Mansion.
So, the house was renamed from Misted Mansion to Tangle Tower?
And rightly so. The age of Misted Mansion is long past. When I looked inside the incinerator on my first visit to the study, I found nothing but ash. The afterimage of a bygone era denied to me in its entirety. The study, the room at the bottom of the lake itself, all empty shells. I felt my only hope lay with the ambassadors. If I could find them, maybe they'd share the family history that Flora and the others were trying so hard to forget.
How did you track them down?
It was tough. They'd taken almost everything. Books, maps, charts, the creatures themselves, all lost, taken away or destroyed. But I got lucky. I got a lead. I found one, and he led me to the rest.
And what happened? Why'd you paint out all their faces?
They didn't help you either, did they?
19-year-old me had imagined they'd all left with a mission, a unified purpose. But they hadn't. They were, in fact, every bit as fractured as the people that still live here. Most of them had left tracking escaped mystids. Some claimed to be researchers, others little more than hunters. All 5 completely useless to me.
Even your own parents?
Eventually, I returned to Tangle Tower. I had nowhere else to go. I considered giving up. But instead, I made a decision.
A lowly etymologist.
There was only one person at Tangle Tower still of interest to me. My dear Uncle Pointer had suddenly made a show of taking up astronomy. A fairly superficial charade. I don't think many people were fooled by it. But I knew it wasn't just a falsehood. It was a mask. Pointer had found something from the era of Misted Mansion.
Golden beetle.
So where did he get the beetle?
I cannot be sure. But I theorized that he received it in the post.
In the post? From who?
Who can say? Someone outside Tangle Tower. But the thought that he would be in contact with such a person, all that time, I decided to take what was owed to me.
So you stole it?
Stealing the beetle turned out to be only the first step. Upon realizing it was gone, Pointer made little effort to disguise his frustration. I asked what was bothering him. He foresaw no risk in sharing a little of the truth with his niece. He told me he'd lost a rare treasure, something he'd been keeping safe. I suggested, innocently, that perhaps it was not lost. Perhaps it had been stolen. He was very ready to believe he'd been the victim of theft. When I offered to call in a private detective, he jumped on the idea. She arrived the next day. Hawkshaw prides herself on her punctuality, as you know.
Why, though? Why go through all that? The name, the costume, and everything?
It's somewhat sad to admit, but I had little use left for Penny Pointer as she was. Hawkshaw afforded me new advantages, opportunities.
But didn't you have to pretend to be working for Professor Pointer?
Well, that was one of the advantages. Pointer was in such a desperate state, he was finally willing to share some of his secrets. On the second day, Hawkshaw explained she needed to be able to search the secret laboratory. Pointer gave in and gave me the code for the harp statue. Reluctantly, but still.
So, you stole Pointer's research?
I would have done, if I'd found anything worth stealing. But he had made remarkably little progress, barely scratching the surface of the beetle's true mystery.
Which is?
She carries an exoskeleton approximately 90% identical to gold. But it's not the 90% I'm interested in. Did you ever question what exactly makes the water here so unique? Before Misted Mansion was built over the lake, before the lake was even a lake, Lord Remington and his wife built a small structure here, a research station, supposedly. Fast forward 2 or 3 generations.
That included a music
as you
room
saw
for some
yourself,
reason.
It's been mostly cleared out.
The ambassadors took everything when they left.
And everything they didn't take was burned in the incinerator. However, possessing additional insight, I found something the others had missed. It's not much, but I have what I need.
So, why isn't this the end of the story? Why did you stay? Why did you kill Freya?
Tangle Tower. The will of Freya Fellow. The will of Freya Fellow.
Simply put, Freya was too good for me. It's my fault. I pushed her over the edge, unknowingly, but still, I take the blame.
What are you talking about?
Did you know I based the design for Hawkshaw on something Freya painted? That's right. I had assumed it was purely abstract. I just thought it had a good energy. I later discovered it was a figure of some kind, something from Freya's recurring nightmare. For all her vitality, I think Freya was probably the most troubled of all of us. She was desperate to leave Tangle Tower, but she couldn't just walk away. For quite some time, she'd been trying to break into Pointer's laboratory. Freya and her friends were halfway through deciphering those symbols on the harp statue, I believe.
Why did she care about getting into Pointer's lab?
That's exactly what I wondered. At first, I thought perhaps she just wanted to free the beetles. She has a fondness for them. What Pointer was doing upset her significantly. But in fact, I think it was something else. I think she wanted to free Fiona. The real reason Freya was unable to leave Tangle Tower is that she could not get Fiona to agree to come with her. We're now firmly in the realm of speculation, but I think Freya felt that exposing the darker secrets of Tangle Tower, not just to the rest of the family, but to the world, would compromise all 3 families, and perhaps, somehow, free Fiona from the shackles of her inheritance. That was her plan anyway, but something happened before Freya could find her way into Pointer's laboratory.
She found her way into your study, found your notes, found that photograph. I'm willing to bet she put it all together quicker than we did.
So she worked out what had happened to the 5 ambassadors. Specifically, what you'd done to them when they refused to help you.
Wait, except one of them
Freya had
wasn't
made a
murdered
promise
by
to paint
Penelope.
Flora as a birthday gift, a parting gift no less. She'd be in a locked
Hold
room,
on.
several hours away from her friends. It was my best chance.
Okay, that implies that Penelope murdered the 5 ambassadors. The thing is, one of the ambassadors is the murder victim from from the previous game in this series, from Detective Noir, or Detective Grimoire. Where is it? Detective Grimoire's Secret of the Swamp. And spoiler for a game that I'm hoping to play at some point for the streams. That person wasn't murdered by Penelope, that was murdered by this fucking hippie guy.
But why hide in the attic? And why bother with the beetle at all?
The beetle in the gramophone wasn't for Freya. It was for Flora. She didn't deserve to be involved. She suffered enough. I couldn't get Flora out of her room, but if she could be unconscious, then she wouldn't have to witness anything.
Why the knife? The illusion of the painted knife with the blood.
That was for Fiona. And Poppy too, I suppose. It gave them something to focus on.
You mean it distracted them while you made your escape?
It helped them cope. The very idea of something abstract, something supernatural. I believe it made things marginally less painful for them, initially. Worked on you, too.
So why are you still here? Why not take your first chance and leave?
Well, I've been waiting for an opportunity to get my beetle back. I'd really rather not leave without it.
Wait, it's still here?
It's still inside the gramophone.
Oh, you little shit.
What's going on?
Poppy, they are both awake.
I can see.
You two all right?
My head hurts. What happened to us?
You were both unconscious. 14 minutes by my count.
Really?
You're both fine. No injuries.
Was it the beetle? In the gramophone? I heard it through the ceiling in my room.
The exact same sound we heard before the murder.
I guess it must have been.
So how did we get down here? What happened to Penny?
Fit saved both of you, obviously.
When I reached Flora's tower, you were both unconscious, and Penny was crouched down beside you. She had her crossbow on her, but who knows? She may have just been checking you were both asleep.
Did you know that she was the murderer?
Poppy and Fifi suspected her. Apparently, they were pretty close to solving it themselves.
Fitz did not want to believe us, because he liked Penny. A lot.
But what happened? Fitz, what did she do when she saw you?
She jumped out the window.
What? Did she survive?
She did.
I heard something land in the garden outside my room, but by the time I got out there to check, she was already gone.
Hang on. Poppy, why do you have Penny's hat bird?
She left him behind. I found him sitting on the floor in the aviary, all by himself. Poor little thing. The mean lady didn't care about you at all, did she? No, she didn't.
I apologize. Poppy seems to be under the illusion that the bird can understand human language.
So, Penny got away.
I'm afraid she
That's
did.
his little smile
We
there.
had suspected she might try to escape. I was stationed here by the lake's edge. I proved to be an ineffective guard. She took the boat.
Did she take the beetle with her?
Nope,
How do you know?
because it's right here.
It was still in the gramophone. I guess I scared her off before she had a chance to take it.
Poppy, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to give it back to your father?
No, I'm not. It doesn't belong to anyone. So, I'm going to put it on the ground and never bother it again. I think that's what she would have wanted.
And there we have it. The end of Tangle Tower. Well, I mean, there's a bit at the very end, but you know what I mean. It's such a nice, relaxing game after having a just kind of a shit sandwich of a day. I'm not gonna get into it, but you know. But this is really nice. Really just nice to have fun. And by the way, while I was during the last few cutscenes, I looked it up and there's gonna be another one. I can't wait. apparently they're hoping to release it sometime this year. And apparently it's going to be called Detective Grimoire, The Mermaid's Tears, I believe. The Mermaid's Tongue. Announced for PC and consoles in December 6, 2023, and is scheduled for release in 2024. So that'll be fun. I'm definitely gonna play The Secret of Swamp on stream sometime. I might play the original Detective Grimoire Flash game, but according to them, it's really more considered a prototype for the later games and isn't really considered part of the series. But that seems like kind of BS, considering the fact that, you know, it's where the Grimoire's sidekick for The Secret of the Swamp comes from, which isn't Sally. It's actually a different character. I don't know why they keep changing the Grimoire's partner, but anyway, that's gonna be it for today's stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're watching this on oh man, this is late. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're watching this on Twitch, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, and dinging the bell. All of that really helps out the channel and lets me know that you guys are enjoying the content that I'm putting out. If you're watching this on... Hold on. Back up. Hold on. I fucked up somewhere. If you're watching this on Twitch, please consider following and when available, subscribing. We're actually not that far off from y'all being able to subscribe, and it would really help out the channel. If you are watching this on YouTube, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, and dinging the bell. All of that really helps out the channel and lets me know that you guys are enjoying the content that I'm putting out. If you are watching this on YouTube, there should be an end card right about now with 3 links on it: one to my YouTube page, one to a video YouTube thinks you'll like, and one to, well, I guess the Tangle Tower playlist. If you're watching this on... consider checking out the TikTok, where I occasionally upload clips from the stream, including... also, I do some D&D sketches on there. Also, the TikTok gets exclusive streams of its own. In fact, later tonight, hopefully, I'll be streaming Onimusha 3. I was originally going to play Onimusha, the original Onimusha, but then I found it had tank controls, and I'm not putting up with that tonight. Yeah, and that'll be happening in about half an hour, because yeah, it took me about I was dealing with the stuff with Dirge of Cerberus. Took me about half an hour. And then, another, tacked on about an hour of this. But anyway, that's gonna be it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and, bye. Where the fuck's my mouse? I should have fucking waited till I found it before I started saying that. Anyway, again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.